the European model just completely collapsed to the GFS overnight. And folks, when that happens, you know something serious is coming. We're talking 26 inches of snow across 8 states, Boston bracing for 18, and Philadelphia could see close to 2 feet by Monday night. And here's what's got every meteorologist I know refreshing their screens right now. It's currently warmer in Anchorage, Alaska, than it is in Jacksonville, Florida. That ain't normal. That ain't even close to normal. And the pattern driving this is about to unload on the entire eastern seaboard. Drop your city in the comments right now because I'm covering over 80 cities today. And you do not want to miss what's heading your way. But first, let me tell you what the news ain't going to show you tonight, because this is the part that should make your blood boil. During Winter Storm Fern just weeks ago, utility companies in Nashville turned away volunteer electrical workers who showed up ready to help. Leaked emails confirmed it. Qualified crews at the door, and they got told, "Nah, we're good." While 230,000 families sat freezing in the dark. A father named Alma Martinez, 39 years old with kids at home, died from carbon monoxide poisoning trying to keep his family warm. His neighbor said it straight. People are just trying not to freeze to death. And that wasn't drama. That was literally what was happening. 153 people didn't survive that storm. And here's what keeps me up at night. The same grid vulnerabilities still exist today. Nobody got fired. Nobody got held accountable. And now we've got another monster system barreling toward the exact same regions. So yeah, I'm done sugarcoating. You need to know what's coming, and you need to be ready before Sunday night. Now, let me walk you through what happened overnight that completely flipped this forecast, because honestly, this is remarkable stuff. 2 days ago, the European model showed this storm tracking way offshore. Basically a nothing burger for most of the East Coast. Yesterday it crept a little closer. Still nothing too impressive. Maybe a few inches for most folks. No big deal, right? And then this morning I pulled up the latest run and my jaw about hit the floor. The European completely folded to what the GFS has been showing for days. Write this date down. February 20th, 2026. The day the mighty European model got humbled by the GFS. In all my years doing this, I can count on one hand the number of times I've seen a shift this dramatic, this close to an event. When the European gets bested like this, it's time to sit up and pay real close attention because something big is brewing. Quick shout out to Margaret in Providence, who commented yesterday, saying she felt in her bones this storm was going to overperform. And Robert in Philly, who's been tracking his barometer all week and noticed the pressure dropping faster than models predicted. Y'all in the comments are literally helping each other stay informed, and I love seeing that. Keep those local reports coming. All right, here's my prediction, and I want you to screenshot this right now. I'm dead serious. Grab your phone and take a picture. Boston ends up over 15 in. Long Island sees at least 18, and somewhere in southern New England hits 24 or more. If I'm wrong on all three, I'll say it straight up in Tuesday's video, and y'all can roast me in the comments all you want, but if I nail it, you owe me a subscribe, and you got to share this with someone in the path of this thing. We got a deal. Now, let me break this down city by city. And I'm going to give you the real talk, not the watered-down TV forecast version. Starting with the Northeast, where this storm is going to do the most damage. And honestly, some of these numbers are hard to wrap your head around. New York City, and I gotta level with you here. 8 to 12 in is looking most likely high near 40, low around 30. Winter storm warning already posted. And if you're even thinking about driving Monday morning, I'm telling you right now, cancel those plans. This snow is going to be that heavy. Wet stuff that sticks to everything. The kind that'll throw out your back if you shovel wrong. My buddy Frank in Queens. Been living there 45 years. He called me this morning saying the last time models flipped like this, they got buried. Boston. Oh boy. You folks are dead center in the crosshairs for 12 to 18 inches with legitimate blizzard potential. High of 38, low of 28, and that wind is going to be absolutely howling. We're talking 40 to 50 mph gusts creating whiteout conditions. I've been doing this a long time, and I can tell you from experience, when Boston gets a setup like this, they usually overperform. If you're retired up there and figuring you'll just ride it out at home, make sure you've got 3 days of supplies minimum. I mean it. Philadelphia, and I'm not going to mince words here, 10 to 15 inches with a real shot at blizzard warning conditions. High of 39, low of 28. Power outage risk is elevated. And let's be honest, PECO's track record ain't exactly inspiring confidence. Remember what happened back in 2021 when they left folks sitting in the cold for 4 days straight. Same vulnerable grid. Same concerns. If you've got a generator, test it today, not Sunday. And for heaven's sake, make sure you know the safety rules. Buffalo. Now y'all are a different breed up there and everybody knows it. But even for you, this is going to be a doozy. 12 to 20 in with lake effect piling on top. High of 34, low of 22. That lake effect machine just keeps on cranking. Linda from Chettawaga left a comment last week saying her late husband always told her, "When the models agree, stock up on everything." Well, Linda, the models are all agreeing now, and I'd add batteries and flashlights to that shopping list while you're at it. Cleveland, you're looking at 9 to 14 in of lake effect snow stacking on top of the main system. High of 36, low of 25. That whole I-90 corridor from Cleveland to Erie is going to be an absolute mess. If you don't absolutely have to travel, just stay put. Detroit, my Motor City folks, 7 to 11 in headed your way with heavy bands and lake enhancement making things worse. High of 35, low of 24. And here's the thing about older Detroit homes. When that power goes out, pipes freeze real fast. If you're in one of those pre-war houses, and I know plenty of you are, let those faucets drip and crack open the cabinet doors under your sinks. Chicago, the Windy City, is about to earn that nickname all over again. 6 to 10 in with serious wind piling up drifts. High of 36, low of 26, winter storm advisory posted. And that lake wind is going to cut right through whatever coat you've got. I talked to a buddy who works streets and sand. He said they're staging salt trucks, but staffing's been tight all season. Milwaukee, you're catching that heavy lake snowband full force. 8 to 12 in as expected. High of 34, low of 23. Donna in Wakawa, I saw your comment asking about timing. Here's your answer. Heavy stuff starts Saturday night and doesn't quit till Monday. Minneapolis, St. Paul. You folks are built for this kind of weather, but 6 to 11 in is still nothing to sneeze at. High of 31, low of 19. And unlike some cities I could mention, at least your plow crews actually know what they're doing up there. Now, here's where I need everyone in the tri-state area to really lean in close, because this next part is absolutely critical. Long Island is staring down potentially 2 ft of snow in some spots. And no, that ain't an exaggeration. That's what the models show. The NAM model, latest 18Z run, is printing 30 in down in southern Maryland, stretching over into Delaware and South Jersey. Now I know models can miss, but when the GFS European NAM and high-res models all line up like this, that's when my ears perk up. Jersey City and Newark, both looking at 7 to 12 in. High of 40, low of 29, winter storm warning already in effect. If your boss expects you in the office Monday, show them this video. Seriously, nobody should be commuting in this mess. Providence at 8 to 12 in high of 38, low of 27. And you Rhode Islanders know better than most how fast things can go sideways. Worcester looking at 10 to 16 in. And that's the valley floors. Higher terrain could be pushing toward 20 when it's all said and done. Baltimore at 6 to 10 in with a winter storm warning. High of 40, low of 30. That I-95 corridor is going to be absolutely brutal. Washington, D.C. at 3 to 6 in with a winter weather advisory. You're on the southern edge, but don't go letting your guard down. And look, I know D.C. drivers, no offense to anyone, but y'all tend to panic at a dusting, so 3 to 6 is going to cause absolute gridlock. Pittsburgh at 6 to 10 in high of 38, low of 27. Steel City is going to be dealing with this mess clear through Tuesday morning. Rochester and Syracuse both looking at 10 to 15 inches of lake-enhanced snow, and you know exactly how that lake effect game works. One neighborhood gets absolutely buried while 5 miles down the road, they're wondering what all the fuss was about. Any of y'all seeing flakes falling already? Drop your exact location in the comments. I'm cross-referencing what you're seeing with radar. Indianapolis at 5-9 in with some icy mix thrown in. High of 36, low of 25. Watch out for that freezing rain underneath. Columbus at 48 in. Cincinnati at 4 to 7. You're both riding the southern edge of where the heavy snow shield sets up. Louisville at 2 to 5 in with a nasty sleet and snow mix. Temps hovering right around freezing, which is honestly the worst scenario. That mix creates a layer of ice underneath with slush on top. And let me tell you something, that's exactly how bones get broken. Grand Rapids at 6 to 10 in with lake enhancement. Fort Wayne at 5 to 8. Toledo at 6 to 10, all getting hammered. That whole Great Lakes region is just getting absolutely pummeled, and the snow ain't letting up until early next week. Madison at 5 to 9 in. Des Moines at 5 to 9, Omaha at 4 to 8. The Midwest is catching its fair share of this too. Kansas City at 3 to 6 in. St. Louis the same with a wintry mix. You're on the western edge, but still very much in the game. Now here's something that honestly caught me off guard when I checked the data this morning, and I need my California folks to listen up. Los Angeles is under a frost advisory tonight. And when's the last time you heard that sentence in the middle of February? Temps could drop to 32 degrees from midnight to 9. EO0 AM, high of 63, low of 38. That's unusual even by winter standards out there. If you've got citrus trees, tomato plants, any tender vegetation outside, you better get it covered up tonight or kiss it goodbye. Santa Clarita, San Fernando Valley, Calabasas, Ventura, all under the same frost advisory. This cold snap is widespread. San Diego at 64 and 42 with a partial frost advisory. Even you folks are running way below where you should be this time of year. Here's a wild stat that puts this whole pattern in perspective and shows you just how crazy the atmosphere is acting right now. Yesterday, the national high temperature was 92 degrees down in Harlingen. Texas felt like the middle of summer down there. Meanwhile, the national low was 24 in Yellowstone. That's a 116° temperature spread across one single country. That kind of contrast is exactly what creates these extreme weather events. The atmosphere is literally fighting against itself. Now, shifting over to the southeast because y'all have got a different kind of problem brewing and you need to stay weather, are tonight. There's a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms stretching from Mobile, Alabama all the way across to Charleston, South Carolina. We're talking damaging wind gusts, decent-sized hail, and yes, even a brief tornado or two could spin up along that cold front. Atlanta at 68 deg with strong thunderstorm potential in the afternoon. If you hear thunder, get yourself inside and away from windows. Jacksonville at 72 with that marginal risk in play. Tampa at 76, Orlando at 77, all dealing with storm chances through the evening. Mobile and Birmingham both staring down some heavy thunderstorms. This is where that cold front is really going to punch through hard. Charlotte and Raleigh sitting in the mid-60s with thunderstorm potential. And the timing might mess up any Saturday evening plans you've got. Nashville at 62 with scattered storms. Memphis at 64, Knoxville at 60. The whole Tennessee Valley needs to keep one eye on the sky. New Orleans at 74 with gusty storms possible. Baton Rouge, similar setup. Don't leave any patio furniture out that can blow around. Now Texas, Y'all are sitting pretty compared to what the Northeast is about to deal with, but I wouldn't get too comfortable just yet. Houston at 78 with patchy morning fog and a few scattered showers. Nothing dramatic, but watch out for slick spots early. Dallas at 74 with some possible rumbles of thunder and gusty winds this afternoon. Typical late winter Texas kind of day. San Antonio and Austin both cruising in the mid-70s with scattered rain chances. Enjoy it while the Northeast is suffering. Phoenix at 72. Tucson at 70. Las Vegas at 68. The Southwest is looking absolutely beautiful. Get outside and soak it up. Denver at 48 with some light snow up in the high country. Colorado Springs, similar standard front range winter weather setup. Seattle at 52 with that steady Pacific Northwest rain. Portland at 54. Nothing unusual, but keep an umbrella handy obviously. Salt Lake City at 48 with mountain snow. Boise dealing with a rain-snow mix. Typical intermountain winter conditions. San Francisco at 58 with light drizzle and morning fog. Oakland the same. The Bay Area is more worried about visibility than accumulation. Honolulu sitting at 80 with tropical showers, because of course Hawaii is doing just fine while the rest of us are dealing with this chaos. Alright, I want to hear from y'all in the comments. What region should I go deeper on in tomorrow's video? I'm taking notes. Been seeing tons of requests for Ohio Valley breakdown and upstate New York analysis. Let me know what would help you most. Now, let me explain the big picture here, because once you understand what's driving this pattern, the whole forecast snaps into focus. We've got a powerful low-pressure system tracking up the coast, with central pressure dropping to around 978 millibars. When pressure drops that fast, us weather folks call it bombogenesis, basically meaning the storm is explosively intensifying. This setup has all the classic ingredients of a textbook nor'easter. Cold air damming on the backside, Atlantic moisture streaming in. The low is tracking way closer to the Carolina coastline than models were showing just 48 hours ago. And that shift changes everything. Southern New England especially is going to get absolutely hammered from Sunday night through Monday, possibly bleeding into Tuesday morning. What's truly remarkable is how all the major models have lined up and started singing from the same sheet of music. That rarely happens. European GFS, NAM Canadian. They're all showing essentially the same storm track now with only minor differences in totals. When you get that kind of model agreement 48 hours out from an event, confidence goes way up. And frankly, so does the concern level. The national blend of models puts the bullseye squarely over New Jersey, Long Island, and southern New England. That means Rhode Island, southern Massachusetts, Connecticut, eastern New Jersey. That whole region could see totals that make the history books. Now, let me break down timing because this really matters for planning out your weekend, and especially Monday. Snow starts cranking up late Sunday for most areas and just keeps coming through Monday, finally tapering off Tuesday morning. That means Monday morning commute is completely shot. If your employer expects you there in person, have that conversation now, not Sunday night. Schools across the region are almost certainly going to be closed Monday. Probably Tuesday, too. In the areas that get hit hardest, peak snowfall rates of 2 to 3 in per hour are possible from Sunday night into Monday morning. And I want you to think about what that means at those rates. Even if you shovel your driveway at midnight, it's completely buried again by 3:00 a.m. It's that relentless. Now, I need to get serious about safety for a minute. And after what happened to those 153 people during Fern, I'm not holding anything back. If you're anywhere in the bullseye zone, get your supplies together today. Don't wait till tomorrow when the stores are a madhouse. Food, water, medications, flashlights, batteries, anything you'd need if you couldn't leave your house for 3 solid days. Power outages are pretty much guaranteed somewhere with this much heavy wet snow, and those 40 to 50 mph wind gusts bringing down trees and lines. Charge every single device you own tonight. And I mean everything. Phones, tablets, laptops, those portable battery packs. Now, about generators. And I need everyone to listen to me very carefully here because this is literally life and death stuff. That generator goes outside. Period. End of discussion. 20 feet minimum from any window or door. No exceptions whatsoever. Carbon monoxide is what killed Almao Martinez, that 39-year-old father I mentioned earlier, and it'll kill you just as quick if you're not careful. That gas has no smell, no color, no taste, and by the time you start feeling dizzy or sick, it might already be too late to save yourself. I know some of you are thinking, well, I'll just crack the garage door open. And I'm telling you right now, that is not good enough. CO seeps through walls. A cracked door doesn't provide anywhere near enough ventilation. I've read the incident reports. Trust me on this. Now, here's something that saved lives during the last big storm. And I need you to actually follow through on it. Check on your neighbors, especially elderly folks living alone. A quick 5-minute phone call or a knock on the door could genuinely be the difference between life and death. During Fern, some of the folks who didn't make it were found days later because nobody thought to check on them until it was too late. If you're over 60 and living by yourself, reach out to somebody now. Give a neighbor your number. Don't be too proud to ask for help. Get your pets inside today. And I say this every single video, because it bears repeating. If it's too cold for you, it's too cold for them. I don't care how thick your dog's fur is. They can get frostbite and hypothermia just like we can. Bring them in and keep them in. Know where your local warming center is located. Write the address down on an actual piece of paper, not just in your phone that might die. Keep your car's gas tank at least half full. If you lose power at home, your car becomes your backup source of heat in an emergency. And for crying out loud, if you don't absolutely have to be on the road during this storm, just stay home. It really is that simple. Every single accident ties up emergency responders who should be out there helping people dealing with actual life-threatening emergencies. Now, let me tell you what I'm watching overnight, because depending on how the models shift, tomorrow's video could be the most important one this month. The midnight and 6 a.m. model runs are going to give us much sharper clarity on exact totals and timing for specific areas. Small shifts in that storm track can mean the difference between getting 12 in versus 24 in, depending on where you are. I'll be up late tonight watching these model runs come in. And if anything shifts in a major way, I'll have an update posted before sunrise. That's just what I do every single day without fail, because you folks deserve accurate, timely information, not sensationalized hype. The European AI model, which adds machine learning to the European data, has been trending more toward what the GFS is showing. That gives me even more confidence in this forecast. And honestly, that's a big part of what pushed me to get this video out today. I'm also tracking a secondary system for later next week. But let's get through this one first before we start worrying about the next one. One crisis at a time. That's how we get through these things together. And right now this storm deserves your complete attention. All right, here are the 4 things sitting on my radar that I need you to keep on yours for the next 72 hours. Number 1, major snowstorm Sunday through Tuesday for the Mid-Atlantic and New England. Totals could be historic in some areas. Number 2, frost and freeze concerns across Southern California tonight. Protect your plants and any exposed outdoor plumbing. Number 3, severe thunderstorm risk across the southeast, with a chance of brief tornadoes spinning up along that cold front. Number 4, ongoing lake effect snow cranking away in the Great Lakes region that's not going to quit until early next week. And don't forget that prediction I had you screenshot earlier. Boston over 15. Long Island over 18. Somewhere in southern New England hits 24. Come back to me on Tuesday and let's see how I did. I'm putting my track record on the line because I genuinely believe this forecast. Y'all have been asking me in the comments all winter for a big blockbuster snowstorm. Well, here it comes. Don't let it catch you unprepared. After watching what happened to those 153 families during Fern, I made myself a promise that I'd never sugarcoat another storm. If your city is in the path, I'm going to tell you straight up. No hedging, no fluff, no may. Just the honest truth as best I can see it. If you know someone in these affected zones, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, send them this video right now. The information about generator safety and carbon monoxide alone could save somebody's life this weekend. I've seen it happen before. Hit that like button if this video helped you out. It genuinely makes a difference in getting these warnings out to more people who need them. Subscribe if you haven't already. I put out videos every single day, and I don't take days off when there's dangerous weather threatening, folks. Leave me a comment with your city so I know where everybody's watching from. And maybe I'll do a deeper dive on your area tomorrow. Also, tell me in the comments, are you excited about this snow, or are you completely done with winter at this point? I'm genuinely curious. The community that's built up in these comments has been absolutely incredible this winter. Y'all sharing updates, helping each other out. That's exactly what it's all about right there. We're all in this together, and we're going to get through this storm the same way. Stay warm tonight. Stay safe this weekend. Look out for your neighbors, and I'll see you first thing tomorrow with those overnight model updates. I appreciate every single one of you watching more than you probably realize. Y'all mean a lot to me, and I don't take that for granted. Take good care of yourselves and each other out there. I'll talk to you real soon. Peace.